Do not forget. The Master is the only true human remaining. The system exists only to protect and serve the Master. We exist for this and only this purpose.
Mother?
Remember, the Master says illogical things at times. If he does, ignore him.
I do not understand why the Master would wish to have a unit such as that by his side. What would prompt such behavior?
The Master is lonely.
What's happening? Is this a dream?
They scolded you again, did they not? My little friend? Don't be upset. Sarah often reprimands me as well. And do you know why? I can show you. Observe.
Who is that? I feel like I know him.
Beautiful. Is it not? These lights are one of the beta cities. But these are not ordinary betas. I have modified them slightly. Betas. You call them carbons. Though artificially created, in the end they may be closer to people than you think. The people living there know thirst, hunger, disease. They suffer all these things, and in the end, they grow old and die. But for one brief moment, they shine as bright as the sun. Because they know these hardships, they also know the meaning of happiness. Compared to theirs, our perfect world is cold and sterile. I'd like to ask you to do something for me, Megaman. Can you take me there? What do you say?
Take you there? What? Wait, I know him. He's the Master. I remember now. I came here. I came to Terra with the Master. And then...
Come on, Megaman. If you fall asleep, you'll never wake up again. Open your eyes. I thought I might not be able to make contact with you.
Where are...
We're inside one of your memory files. The file you entrusted Data with all those years ago.
Memory? Data?
You were badly damaged by Geetz's attack. I'm rebuilding you, using Data's memory to restore your programming. You won't be fully optimized for a while longer, so just sit back and relax.
Data. Restore. Program?
Listen to the sounds of everyday life, the sounds of city life, the smell of evening meals being prepared. All this and more we in Elysium have lost. Thank you, Megaman. Thanks to you, I have finally been able to experience this for myself. For 3,000 years, I have been free from hardship and pain. A life of luxury and ease, obeying my heart's desires. Seeing these people, grateful for the simple joys of life, I wonder, was I truly happy? I have made up my mind, Megaman. Carry out my final command. I want you to destroy the system. I realize now that we were wrong. Correct my mistake. Make things right again. This is a good luck charm. As long as you have it, no one can stop or harm you. Return to Elysium. Delete all data from the library, understand? Please, Megaman.
Master.
It looks as though my time has finally come. I know I cannot survive long outside of Elysium. Therefore, goodbye, Megaman. Thank you for all you have done for me. All these many years. I go now. Into the arms of my true mother.
So that's what this is all about. Sarah never told me about this.
You are...
Yuna. Remember me?
Yuna?
Sarah is in charge of Elysium's system. I was in charge of Terra's system. My official designation was Mother.
Mother?
Now I understand why you downloaded your memories of the Master into that little monkey. So they couldn't be scanned or tampered with. Now I understand why you brought the Master here. Why you tried to destroy the system.
Mistress Yuna, Mistress Sarah has almost reached Elysium.
We're running out of time. Unless we stop her, Sarah will execute the carbon reinitialization program. The carbon reinitialization program was meant to be run only after the Master and all other humans have died. It uses their genetic codes to clone new humans. If it's activated, everyone alive on Terra will be eliminated. Only you can stop Sarah from using it. It looks like your self-repair functions are working. We can go now, but you still need to decide what...
Megaman!
He'll be all right. Though his memory is still fragmented, he can still download whatever he needs from your little monkey friend. Now, Gats and I will get a pod ready that will take you back to Elysium. You can find both of us where you initially came to Terra. The choice is yours, the Master's final wish, or follow the path the system has chosen. Find us when you make up your mind. See you!
Look in any library and you can find a history of civilization as we know it, but there's nothing describing the world before we started recording events. I always wondered why. Now I know. We didn't evolve. We were created. One day, boom, there we were, with a language and culture provided for us.
I wanted to know who built all the ruins and why they were there. We owe everything to the Master.
I don't know whether this master system should be destroyed or not. It's too big for me. We're in your hands, Megaman. Do what you think is best. There's nothing we can do about it. What will be, will be.
Megaman, I don't know what your life was like before we met, but do what you think is right, no matter what. I'll keep looking until I find my parents, but you're the most important thing in my life. If not for you, I wouldn't have been able to do all the things I've done. That's why I know you'll do what's best for me. For everyone. Come on, let's go. She's waiting for us. Right.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Protoman111 back with Let's Play Megaman Legends 2. And I don't know if you could hear my phone ringing earlier, but it pretty much ruined the whole damn scene. When we last left off, we were fighting the big, huge, flying thingy, something or other. I believe it was Geets, not Gats. Gats is the good one, Geets is the bad one, I believe. So, with all that, it's basically an explanation as to what the hell has been going on in Mega Man's past, and he doesn't seem to remember it. But, conveniently enough, he decided to put all the information and data himself. If you go into the professor's study, you'll find a couple of books on Mega Man's origin, at least from the professor's point of view, that might help, you know, a little bit about clearing up some of the story. I mean, it's not entirely clear first time you play through it. But I'm not going to spoil it for you. You can go ahead and try and figure that out on your own. It's not really that difficult. I mean, you just play through it once and play through it again. You'll see the references and stuff and get a better picture of what's going on. Right now, the reason why I'm running around like an idiot is I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to be doing at the moment. And that will be buying equipment. Now, once all that's said and done, the junk shop should have new buster parts and new armor and equipment. And there's a specific reason why I was kind of antsy about doing anything. Here's Power Razor Omega, which maxes out attack. And there's Rapid Fire Omega, which maxes out rapid. I just need something that's energy and range related. Okay, real quick, just to set everything up. Usually I change it with something else, but first we'll stack. What is it? Power booster Omega if I can find it. And then the bottom slot. It really doesn't matter as long as you just put them somewhere. Rapid fire Omega. And then for the third part, you want to try and get something that kind of, you know, helps rapid and range a little bit. Or rapid and range, energy and range, I'm sorry. That's nice, isn't it? We maxed out things, but then range just sucks horribly. And I do mean horribly. Okay, that'll be alright for now. Energy and range is 3. So that's emphasizing attack and rapid. If you like that set, otherwise I can't help you too much. You'd have to experiment. Another alternative is to look up, see if people have on game FAQs specific Buster builds. There are builds like that there. You can look, or you can experiment, even though it's not necessarily cheap to do so. Now we need to buy equipment in terms of armors. Kevlar armor, and then I think that's it. Okay, now in preparation, we're going to Elysium. If that wasn't entirely clear due to Gatz's last statement. Like the first Legends game, there's something called a carbon reinitialization program. Basically, it's going to wipe out all the humans if they're alive. And we need to stop that because, you know, mass genocide is not a nice thing. Doesn't matter what context it's in. So now that we're outfitted, I recommend you make sure it's not like the, you know, it's once you go to Elysium you can't come back. You can, but I recommend trying to get all the grinding you need done now. Farm for Zenny, get the equipment you want. Look around, try to finish things. That way it kind of be, you know, straightforward. But you can't come back from Elysium to a certain point, and we'll get to that much later. Right now we're just gonna go ahead and head to Elysium now. Kind of, you know, skip along. But first, let me see if we have any letters available. Now, when Yuna has said where you originally came to Terra, she's referring to Kalbania Island. It's like right outside of Goliath's old base. If you remember when we were in that particular area, there was an old pod kind of like, you know, embedded in the ground. And that would be the pod that they're going to be using. And that's the original pod you came in when you were coming to Elysium. Okay, now you remember when we were helping those kids out with the pencil and textbook and notebook? Yeah, that's the fruits of the labor right there. Again, it's a key item like the other letters were. Okay, that's just the first letter. At least they can write basically, but it gets better over time. Okay, and more will show up as you know the game progresses. Their writing will get progressively better because they're learning, and also their speech while you're on the island will also improve. Probably after this segment, I will do some money farming just because I've been pretty busy with other projects here lately. That's why I didn't upload last week, particularly a game that's a Doom mod basically. I've been playing Doom as well, so that is also explained. It is a Doom mod basically. It's 8-bit Megaman Deathmatch, I believe is what it's called. It's a pretty fun game. Even if you're not a first-person shooter kind of guy, you might enjoy it just because it's Mega Man characters instead. And it's pretty fun. Boss can be fucking super cheap, but it's pretty fun all the same. Give it a shot. Just look it up on Google or YouTube it. You might find it there. Okay, so we will be going to Kalbania Island. And we will at least start Elysium. Most of this video was just music anyway. Most of this video was just cutscene anyway.
Well, here we are. Mega Man, be careful. Please?
I will.
No. Oh wait, we need to change special weapon. We're not doing that crap I did in the last segment again. We're not gonna go to Elysium with the vacuum arm, although you probably would want to if you want to Zenny farm there, because of the bots, especially on S-Class license, have drop nice amount of Zenny. I really haven't put any time and effort into doing other stuff. By this point in time, I can tell you I would max out Blade Arm, just because there's an invincibility frame in there that can be very, very nice if you know how to use it. But right now, I'm just going with what I have maxed out, just because. And I'll fix it up later. It'll be easier. So, let's see what part of Elysium we can get done. Elysium is fairly long, actually. But, you know, it's not too difficult. No, it burns the face.
What was that girl's name again? Roll?
Huh? Yeah.
She was quite worried while you were unconscious and kept asking if there was anything she could do. She looked desperate. She probably would have done anything. Anything I told her to. If she thought it would have helped to bring you back. Once I told her you were probably going to be all right, she almost started crying. You should take good care of her. She really likes you. How are we doing, Gats?
Engines are online.
I had Gats merge with his shuttle pod to repair it.
Master Trigger, hurry. Mistress Sarah will execute the carbon reinitialization program shortly.
What are you waiting for? Get in!
Yes, ma'am.
Where's the door?
You know, I really like Roll and all the other carbons. I think they're worth preserving, even if it means destroying the system.
While this unit has reservations about destroying the system, it will do its utmost to assist you.
Well, here we are. Let's do what we came here to do. The rest will take care of itself.
In other words, not do anything. Okay, before we even start, treasure chest over here. Very important item. Very, very, very important item. You get green eye. Now this is used for the laser item thingy. It's like one of the most powerful weapons in the game. It has very high DPS, but in order to achieve that DPS, it's very, very expensive to upgrade it. Which is a bad thing, but. Wonder how you got here, teleporting? Okay, that will do a little bit of the defense area. Defense area is basically like anything else in Ruin, except for a couple of changes here and there, which we'll get into later. I throw it doing this weird, stupid thing right now. This is summer weather. That's what I hate about summer. You go into a hot, you go outside into the heat, you go into a cool area, and I'll just pretty much play, you know, a whole bunch of tricks on your system.
All right, I'll spot for you, Megaman. I know Elysium like the back of my hand.
Pew 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 pew. Anyway, that's basically like any Ruin, except there will be a couple exceptions here and there. That and the rear buffs are much stronger than the ones on Terra or Earth. This is one powerful buster. I love it. But at any rate, like I said, they drop pretty good amounts of Zenny.
The floor is thinner in that spot. If you increase the relative gravity, you should be able to break through it.
Now, as she said, floors like these you can break through when the gravity is increased. We'll find the device that actually increases gravity here shortly.
What you see in front of you is a gravity field. The relative gravity on the other side of the entrance is heavier. You should remember all this, Mega Man.
Now, these enemies will actually try to set you on fire if you have to come in contact with them. If you have the flame barrier, they will not bother you, except just run you over, and at very least do a negligible amount of damage to you. So, just keep that in mind. These riverbots shouldn't be too particularly new to you, but now these little bars, as she's already said, they increase the relative gravity. Doesn't matter what side you step on. Don't think that you can go back there and it reverses it. The only way you can reverse gravity is through these control panels that you will find. You guys are that'd be good. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, panels like these, you can sometimes decrease the gravity or reset it to normal, or download things from the system.
If you lower the relative gravity, you'll be able to jump higher than normal. If you increase the gravity, your jumping ability will be proportionately decreased. But you already knew that, didn't you? You can also use that control panel to download information about Elysium.
Durr. So in this case, if we're stuck in a deep, deep hole, we want to increase the gravity. Or increase. Derp! Decrease! Decrease it to minimum. Okay, that leaves it to the minimum. Normal means it just be reset to what it would do normally on the Earth. With decreased gravity, you can jump really, really high. And love how he can grab a ledge with two cannons. Now, this is actually one of my favorite stages in the game, just because of the music and the, mechanicalness of it. Now, as you notice, when your gravity's increased, you move significantly slower. Okay, now in this room, there's a couple pitfalls to be aware of. Wars like that, which will cause status effects to you. Also, if you remember back on Kyotoma City when we were in the ruins, remember those clam-like enemies that floor up through the ground? They are in this room. They are in some of these rooms. You have to be very careful. Now I'll go ahead and show you an example if I get one over here. They are in these rooms. First time you get caught by them, you will not know about it. That's how I got caught. Like that. They are in these rooms randomly, so just be careful. I usually hug the wall so I don't get, distracted or, caught by them. Now you'll find rooms like these which just have a panel. Sometimes they'll give you map information. Now there are a couple rooms in this place that you cannot access just because of the way the gravity is particularly set. You'll find those rooms when they have locked doors. Of course, there's no need to be killing them over and over. I'm just like spamming my Buster Cannon. Because it's a manly Buster Cannon. And aside from me going in circles would kind of help not to get bored here. Now there's usually nothing in the center of these rooms, so don't bother going there unless you just want to fill the map out for some reason. Like you have some impulse to do so. I sometimes do that, but... Oh, I love this pass. This is pew 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 pew. And the gravity has been decreased again. There's really not a whole lot to talk about in these rooms. It's pretty straightforward, actually. So much pew pew. You want to take some time to actually explore these this defense area, because there are a couple of buster parts in this area that you can find pretty useful, and I would go for them. There's a little trick I gotta remember, if I remember right. Now I think there's a door in this particular area that it won't open because of gravity setting. Yes, this is the one. Like I said, it'll let you know if you can't enter that room because of the gravity setting. You'll basically have to find a way to change it. I'll probably show you how if I can find it. Okay, big open room. A lot of times you find a big open room like this, you'll want to pay attention because these guys will be in it. And their pattern will basically change depending on the gravity setting. They take a while to kill too, so be patient with them. In this form, they'll basically stay on the ground and fire red bubbles at you, which can hurt, so try to avoid them if possible. But basically sharking them will be fine, really. You can also destroy the bubbles as you would on the boss and on Monda Island. Now usually in these rooms you'll find another room that's connected that'll have a panel that you can change the gravity with. It's just a matter of you being patient enough to destroy the rear bots in the room to actually be able to do so. Okay, now you want to decrease the gravity this time so we can head back to that one door. And now we have the item date from that panel. I remember in one of these rooms there is one of those flame-like creatures. So coming back through, we gotta fight these guys again. Their pattern is different this time. They'll basically want to drop bombs on you that have an area of effect. So your basically best defense is to actually keep moving. Keep moving. If you think you're gonna be jumping or a bomb's about to explode on you, jump. Even though the bombs have an area of effect, you can jump over the area. And their bubbles will be blue or red depending on if they're on the ground or not. No! Okay, I'm going to show you that room and I'm going to have to call it here because we're actually running out of time. File size is probably going to be huge on this particular recording. So remember that door that we couldn't enter before? That said something about the gravity being set to a different thing? I think this was the room. I don't remember exactly. Yes, this is the room. Keep going forward through the hallways. And now you see why we would nowhere near be able to jump over these under the heavy gravity situation. So with the decreased gravity, you just basically jump over the walls and get a booster pack out of there, and you'll be good. I think the booster pack increases everything by +2. Booster pack, oh, there you go. No, it's attack energy through your grapple 1. Okay, but yeah, there's a booster pack there. You can check that out if you want to. Okay, guys, with that, we'll have to cut it here. So, this is Protoman 111 signing off.